Hey guys, this is Christopher John Hill. It's good to see you again, and today we have another Guild Wars 2 Gold Farming, plus a couple of character builds, which are also very viable for gold farming as well. So, in front of me we have Countess Anise, and we have the original on my right, and mine on the left. So, I hope you guys like the final result. It looks pretty identical to me, not bad at all. Okay, and then without further ado, let's get underway. Okay guys, we are back on a very familiar map, which I showed you previously before. This is a good spot to test this build out and to show you exactly what it's capable of. So first off, I will show you what the map is. Of course, it's the Blaze Ridge Steppes, and I am at the familiar waypoint, Guardian Stone waypoint. Okay, on the skills down here, I have Mirage Mirror, Signet of Inspiration, Feedback, Mirror Images, and of course Signet of Humility. And on the traits line, let me just show you. So first we have Inspiration. We have the Sympathetic Visage, which takes away conditions when phantasms are first summoned. On the next one we have the Restorative Illusions, which heals you up every time you shatter a skill. And finally, we have the Mental Defense, which casts a lesser phantasmal defender every time you successfully block or evade an attack. On the second one, we have Chaos. We have Lesser Chaos Storm, which summons a Chaos Storm every time you use a healing skill. On the next one, we have Chaotic Potency, which gives you additional damage when you have a staff on. And on this one, we have Bountiful Disillusion, which gives you stability every time you use a Shatter skill, which is very invaluable indeed. And on the final one, we have Mirage, which gives us access to the Axe efficiency, which we definitely have on and make use of. Okay, on the first one is Self-Deception. Using a Deception skill will create a clone if you have any other clones active. Reformed Mirage Mirror, Desert Distortion. Basically, any illusions shattered by distortion become Mirage Mirrors. And finally, we have Sand Shards. This strike, basically, if you strike nearby foes, removing a boon from them, gain a copy of any boons removed, which is very valuable indeed. Okay, as for our stats on our character, I'll just quickly run through that for you. Basically, we have power, toughness, and vitality on the armor. We have superior Rune of Fireworks ×6. Basically, the reason we're going for this is because not only do you get the 25% extra movement speed, but of course you get the stacks of Might, Fury, and Vigor as well. On the weapons, we have the Axe with Power, Precision, and Ferocity. And we have the Fiery Dragon Sword on the offhand, which is Power, Precision, and Ferocity as well. We have Superior Sigil of Fire and Superior Sigil of Air to basically maximize your DPS. And on the armor, we have Power, Toughness, Ferocity with the Exquisite Opal Jewel, and then we have Opal Orichalcum Earrings, Opal Orichalcum Rings, and then finally the Opal Orichalcum Amulet. So essentially that gives you 2262 power, 1325 toughness, 1299 vitality, and of course nearly 600 ferocity, and a little bit of healing as well. 294. Okay, so let's get underway. I'm going to show you what this build can do and whether or not you'd be interested in trying one out for yourself. And on this map we have a lot of people that like to farm certain areas, so you're not always going to find targets available necessarily. You can always swap to the map if need be. And the reason I made this build is basically I wanted to create a build that was essentially a lot like a thief. It basically could do everything that a thief could do without having to necessarily use the thief all the time. So on this one I believe I succeeded at that. So let's put that back on. Get rid of that so you guys can see better. And we're basically going to be going through all these ghosts just to show you how quickly this build can wipe them out. I mean, this is if you wanted to mix things up, if you wanted to create a build that was not going to be the regular run thief and was able to basically take stuff out really fast. And this farming route is still very viable. you're still going to find a lot of thieves, and you're going to find a lot of drops for the dust that comes down. And later on, I'm going to be showing you an area that has a lot of different resources that is going to make you more gold than I have been anywhere else in the entire game. And when I found it, I was like, wow, because the first time I went through there, I was like, you know what, this area wasn't so great at that time because certain changes hadn't been made to the game yet. But since then, a lot of things have changed, and that area has become very valuable indeed. So, as I said, guys, this is just to show you out what this build can do. I haven't even used any of my stuff down the bottom there, and as you can see, I'm wiping stuff out extremely quickly. And you can also use your staff as well to create Chaos Storms, which is always handy to do. And you can also use your healing, which will create another Chaos Storm, so you have double the Chaos Storms. Pretty nifty indeed. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. So, there you go. Wipe those guys out in no time flat. So, if you have, if you come across fighters, you basically can run past them, wipe out stuff behind them, and then come right back to them. And then they go straight down immediately. The Shatter skills are extremely useful. They grant you tons of boons, tons of damage, because of all the might stacks you get, and fury, of course. And you basically just melt through stuff like it's not even there for the most part. So, and then you just move on. So this is for anyone that enjoys Mesmers and they wanted a build to use that was not going to be just a run-of-the-mill thief, just to do farming routes. And if you wanted to switch things up a little bit and do something a little bit differently, then this is definitely the way to go. And on the next build I'm going to show you, it's going to be a Necromancer. And you're going to see exactly why I've designed that one the way that I have. Okay, so let's just swap out characters and I'm going to show you that. Okay guys, we have our next character, and this one is of course a Necromancer. It's pretty much a run-of-the-mill Necromancer, nothing special about it in regards to specialized trait lines. So let me just quickly show you that. So on the first one we have Blood Magic, and on the first one is the Blood Bond, which gives you lesser signet of vampirism. We have the Vampiric Presence, which of course siphons health. And then finally we have the Unholy Martyr. Entering the Shroud transfers conditions from allies to you, and exiting the Shroud consumes all conditions currently on you, converts them to life force. The next one we have Death Magic, which of course, Flesh of the Master, minions have increased health, gain purpose for each minion you control, and that increases your toughness. Necromantic Corruption, minions deal more damage and take conditions from you, which is invaluable. And then finally we have Poison Nova, so every time one of your minions runs out of life force, they basically explode into poison, which is great for us. And finally we have Spite on the trait lines. Spiteful Talisman, increased damage to foes with no boons, focus and axe skills, which is exactly what we have on. Increase the damage on that, and reduce recharge. Awaken the Pain, might grants you more power and less conditional damage, which is great if you want to do instant damage. And then finally, Close to Death, increases the damage done when they're under 50% health by 20%, which is invaluable. On the skills here, we have Signet of Vampirism, we have the Signet of the Locust to increase your movement speed, of course the Summon Bone Minions, the Signet of Spite to increase your power, and we have Summon the Flesh Golem. And on the equipment, or statistics, sorry, equipment and statistics, we have Power, Toughness, and Ferocity, which is basically all Cavalier on the armor. You have Superior Rune of the Pack, times 6, and you have the Axe, which is Power, Precision, Ferocity, the Sigil of Fire, and then you have the Focus, which is Power, Precision, and Ferocity, and Superior Sigil there. And down the bottom there we all have Ruby on the earrings, the rings, the amulet, and basically the Cavalier with the exquisite Ruby Jewel. And then we have a total of 2,449 power, 1,445 toughness, we haven't touched the vitality, that is baseline, nearly 900 ferocity, and 150 healing. Alright, so let's summon the minions. Just 2 of them is all you need. You don't need anything more than that. And then I will show you just how quickly this particular build can wipe out all of the enemies in front of us. So away we go. So you guys are going to be pretty shocked at how quickly this one can do damage. I mean, it does it extremely fast, and I was very happy with this one. It's like, wow, this is pretty awesome. If you want to take stuff out quickly, just like a thief, then this is definitely the way to go. You're going to be taking stuff out in like probably less than a second for the most part. And the more enemies you can clump up together, the better it's going to work out for you. So basically just wipe these enemies out, or clump them all together, and then wipe them out all at the same time. And then you can see just how fast and how effective this build really is. So one thing I sorely missed on the Thieves is the Dagger Storm, because it does take a little while to recharge, but on the Necromancer, the ability to basically drain the life force away from enemies is really fast. So you guys are going to be killing stuff left, right, and center, no problems at all. And then just moving on. So as you can see, enemies are just basically melting away, no problems whatsoever. And the axe skill recharges so fast, it's almost like firing a pistol off constantly. So I probably attribute some of this to the changes to the recent patches. And I highly recommend this build. If you guys want an alternative to a thief that is much more survivable, then this is definitely the way to go. You're going to be taking stuff out really, really quickly. Okay, now that we've done that, let's now show you the next section of this video, which of course is the ultimate farming route that I have found in the entire game. And to do that, we're going to do it with the other character, Countess Anise, and we'll get to that right now. Okay guys, here we are. We are on the map that we need to be on. This of course is one of the final maps for the living story. We're at the map which is called the Bajor Marches. And we're at the waypoint, Bajor's Keep waypoint. The reason we're going to be starting here is because I wanted to show you a couple things you can grab right off the bat, right from the start, right from the get-go. So let's head there now. Basically, right next to the keep, right above it, you're going to find a chest which is buried behind a wall, which you have to take down with a roller beetle. So once you've done that, there's going to be some very nice goodies inside indeed. Just before we do that, I'm going to grab this. A verdant herb, and I'll talk about that more in just a second. So let's go straight to the wall. Here you always have usually 2 eternal ices and the glorious Norn chest. And I'd highly recommend putting the glyph of the Watch Knight on to give you Watchworks sprockets, which will give you a lot of extra silver and gold eventually. And I would recommend getting this chest on every single character you farm on this map. And then directly off to the side of this, you're going to find another chest, which isn't too far away. Let's just have a look at our map, see where it is. Okay. So it is right down, and it is through this barrier, which of course has the Raven lock on it. So you can take these guys out if you want to, you don't have to. And you can activate the lock and go straight in, and there's a Norn chest right there. So there you go, that's the second chest. Okay, and directly after this, you head straight out, go straight ahead, make a right, and then go straight ahead again. And you will, of course, find more verdant herbs and another Raven lock. So there we go, that's 2 of them now. And believe me guys, there's a very important reason as to why we're collecting these. And it'll become much more evident the further ahead I go. You guys are going to be very pleased indeed. This section of the farming route is up to you. You don't have to go through that particular spot. You can just stick to the other side of the map if you want to. But I thought I would just show it to you anyways, just in case you want to bring your characters there to collect the chests and the extra verdant herbs. So there's another one there. I believe that's number 3. And then we're going to be heading through this section right here, which is a forest. And sometimes you're going to find more of those here, and sometimes not. But at the moment, we're just passing through just to show you guys where you need to go. Ooh, look at that, number 4. So that's 4 of them so far. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Now we have to find the route to get through, which of course is right there. And we shall head there now. So there we go, found it. It's the way through. There you go. And then let's head straight ahead. And then I'm going to show you the section that I really wanted to show you guys, which you're going to be very impressed with very shortly. So I'm going to not even stop at the moment. I'm going to head straight to the waypoint, just so we get a spot where you guys can get your bearings. And then we're going to go around and start collecting everything on this farming route. So basically, you have a waypoint here, which of course is the Still Waters Speaking waypoint. And from here, you basically head directly out the door. And then to the left, you have a mushroom here, which takes you up. So you head up there. And then go straight ahead. Trust me, guys, this is worth waiting for. And then we have more verdant herbs. I believe that's number 5, number 6, number 7. I think you guys can see what's going on here. The more of these I collect, the more seeds I get. And the more gold, well, silver and then gold you guys are going to make. So far, I've already got 7 of them. That's pretty amazing. There you go, there's another one. I think it's number 8, number 9, number 10. So this is definitely worth doing, guys. I came back here not long ago and I was like, you know what? Since the last time I was here, we didn't have access to the seeds. So I pretty much immediately just dismissed these resources without giving them a second thought. But then I came back recently and I was like, you know what? Actually, this is not such a bad way to go. If you can collect these, you're going to be having a lot of seeds really fast, more than you've ever had on the other maps. I mean, usually you only get about 3 of these. And I've actually lost count now. I don't know how many I've collected now, but it's well over 10, 11, or 12. Yeah, so we just keep collecting them, they keep adding up, and you keep moving along, and you keep finding them. So basically, for that first part of the farming route, you start at the waypoint, you go right out, go up onto the mushroom, go up at the top, go all the way around, come back all the way down, and then now we're going to be heading down here. So let's do that right now. I want to show you guys exactly how many seeds you can make on this map for one character if you go all out. That first section is what I recommend if you have multiple characters and you want to farm on all of them and just get it done as quickly as possible. But if you don't have a lot of characters, then I recommend going across the entire map and collecting every single one you can find, which is invaluable. And then I will show you right at the end exactly how many seeds I've managed to collect. And it's quite a lot. So if anyone adds this up, if you have 70 characters, you're going to be making, by the time you finish, probably well over 1,000 seeds, which adds up to well over 100 gold in one day. I'm not kidding, guys. If you add it up, you're going to be like, whoa, that's actually quite a lot. More than I ever imagined possible in this game. And the reason for that is because there are so many verdant herbs spread throughout this map. There's tons of them around. And they never basically run out. The more characters you have doing it, the more silver and gold you're going to make. And I highly recommend any character that can cloak or can take a lot of damage, because it's going to be attacked by a lot of things along the way. The first part of the farming route was fine. You're not going to have a lot of things attacking you, but the more you do it across the map, Of course, the more things you're going to run into. There's a chest here that you can collect if you want to. It's up to you guys. I just wanted to show it to you so you're aware of it. And you're going to find a lot of other chests spread throughout this map as well. Quite a few, in fact. And if you're willing to make the effort to go out and find them, then you are definitely going to make a lot of silver and gold in the process. Okay, so we finished that section, and now I'm going to show you the next part of the farming route, which of course is heading down to the Rhine Glen. So let's go there now. So you basically go straight ahead and go all the way down to the bottom of the map, where you're going to find even more of them. There's another chest down here as well, which you can get. And I'm just going to change this to cloaking, so we can go quickly grab that, because it's always worth grabbing if you can get it and get away with it without being noticed by the enemies. There we go, grabbed it. There we got another verdant herb, and we're going to continue on our way. And there's even more of them. I'm not kidding, guys. This just keeps going and going and going. I was like amazed. I was like, geez, I didn't expect to find all this. I really didn't. And basically, you can look across the rest of the map now and see if there's anything you missed. But for the most part, that was the majority of it. You're going to find more of it on the right-hand side of the map as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the route for the most part. I mean, there's more over here you can get as well. And there's also some down the bottom as well of this ravine. So I'll just quickly show you that too. There you go. There's some more of it. And as I said, it's entirely up to you guys. If you want to farm this entire map for these seeds, you can. But if you want to do it quickly, then I recommend you just hang around the waypoint that I showed you. Okay, so to finish this this video up, I'm going to show you the total makeover for Countess Anise, and then I will show you one last comparison, and then I'll conclude the video. So let's head back in just a second. So there you go, 16 seeds. 16 seeds, that's what I got. Plus all those other resources, and I'll just quickly show you the price of the trading post before I do that, just so you guys can see how much they're worth. So okay, so they're worth 16.20 at the moment, which isn't bad at all. And of course, if you wanted to purchase a stack of these, just to give you an idea of how much gold you're going to make, we'll put in one stack, which is 250. So you're going to make 40 gold per stack. And I made 16 seeds, guys, on one character. Now, if you add that up times 70, that's a lot. Okay. So let's head back to the... okay guys, here we are in Divinity's Reach. I just did the calculation for you. It's 1,120 seeds in total across 70 characters if you were to farm on every single one of them, and if you were to get around 15, 16 seeds on each of them. So that adds up to quite a bit. So let's see, 40, 80, 120, 160, yeah, about 160 gold. There you go. Alright guys, now for the total makeover section for Countess Anise. And away we go. Okay, so basically on the height, I believe it's a height of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it's a height of 4. On the physique, you go all the way to the left, one to the right, and it'll be at the top left-hand corner. We have light 11 on the skin tone. On the head options, you go all the way to the right, and it'll be below this one, and above that one, which is essentially one to the left of this one. So there it is. On the hair itself, we're going to keep going to the right, and I believe it's one of the, yep, it's just below this one, and just above that one. As for the color of the hair itself, I believe it is campfire, and there it is, yep, campfire. As for the accessory color itself, I don't think it really matters. I think I put antique gold on. Well, it's for the back of the hair, so yeah, it does matter. Okay, now for the face details. Okay, for the eye angle, to middle, to the right, to the right, to the middle, to the left, left, and left. As for the eye color itself, I believe it is, yep, light blue. As for the nose, it's to the right, to the left, to the middle, to the left, to the left. And for the mouth, it's to the left, and to the left. And as for the chin and jaw, it's all in the middle. Surprisingly, but true. And this one probably took me about 5 or 6 total makeover kits to make. It was a labor of love. It wasn't too easy, but I got there in the end. So we're just going to do one last final comparison for you guys, and then we're going to wrap this up. Okay guys, here we are with one final comparison of Countess Anise with the original on my right hand side. And I think she looks pretty damn good. Pretty spot on, if I do say so myself. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Also keep in mind I am a writer on Amazon. I just finished volume 4 of a new series of books called Unlimited, Code 01. And if you are a fan of such stories as Darling and Frank's 02, then please go ahead and check that out on the description below. In the meantime, I hope you guys stay safe and take care for now. And there she is, giving one final bow. Take care, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.